How exciting. Welcome back, Andrea and Theory, Audrey, Angela, Jade, Sabrina. Welcome, Paula, Heather, Janet. Welcome, Tamara. Hey, Audrey. Yeah. Now, you'll understand in a minute why we're playing this song. All right? By Eddie Money. And we're going to be talking about abundance today. So good to laugh. Monday is a good day to laugh. Woo! Audrey just booked her flight to Italy for some leader adventures. I booked mine too. I'm so excited. Oh, Jen, we're sending you love. Sending you so much love. Let's give everybody a minute to arrive. Those of you that are here, just roll your shoulders. Maybe give your neck a little roll. Take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Paula, welcome. Lisa, Michelle, Martha. You know the words. And yep, I don't like the 80s fashion so much, but it's good music. All right, welcome back, Cheryl. We've got Jan in the house. We're getting started in just a minute. Everybody arrive. Having a little 80s throwback. Just give yourself some movement. Maybe your day's been stressful, maybe it's been easy, maybe you feel great, maybe you feel challenged. We're going to turn it all the right direction together. Yeah, Karen, me too. Do some practice. Anne Marie's back. Michelle Tate. Woo! All right. Thank you so much, Jill. So grateful for the fun start to this very special edition. This is a combination session of a bonus to the best-selling book Bootcamp. I want to see Bootcamp in the chat for all of you awesome, amazing leaders who spent the last week. We were together Monday through Friday. We did a write-in retreat on Saturday. We're together today. I absolutely never want it to end. So I'm glad that we are together here today. I know you all were just absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, Jan, just talk to the team, Jill, if you can give Jan that way to access, because the event did conclude. We'll help you get access to those replays. Okay. Awesome, you guys. It was amazing to be with you. And we're so happy that you're here, whether you were on the boot camp or you weren't on the boot camp, you're here today for a reason, right? And we come together every Monday in the Thought Leader Lounge specifically to get into a state, right? We activate ourselves, our vision, our intentions, the impact we're here to make in the world, so that every week gets to be the most epic week of our life so far. That's a bold, audacious claim. But who's up for it? I ask every week, who's a yes to making this week epic? Who's a yes to just saying, what if it is the best week? What if something extraordinary that changes the course of everything happens this week? It gets to. It gets to, because the very first step, right? The very first step in deciding, oh, I'm giving it away, but the very first step in having an epic week is to decide to have one, right? I botched that one, didn't I? That's so good. Okay. So Audrey's feeling it. We're feeling it. We feel it here in Thought Leader Academy. So welcome to everybody. Today, we're going to be focusing, if you were in the bootcamp, you know, we're going to be focusing on further activating our financial abundance. Why is that important? Because we have stuff we want to invest in. We have people we want to support. We have things we want to experience in the world. And this thing that we call money, that is energy, right, is sometimes required, right? So we're going to be focusing on, I'm going to be guiding you through a process to activate your financial abundance this week to a next level. If you've trained with me for a long time, like some of you, like Audrey's in Mastery, you know, you've trained, you know some of this stuff, but we're going to bring it front and center and take it to the next level. If this is your first time here, so excited, and just, you know, take a piece of this, right? Any little nugget of what we do today could increase your prosperity, could increase your abundance this week. So I want to see abundance in the chat or in the comments, those of you who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all the places, if you're up for it, if you're up for going big around your abundance this week. Yes. Some of you are here to generate the abundance to join Thought Leader Academy, right? Have your deposit get in and get all of the special rates and bonuses. So we're going to help do that today. And others of you are further along in your Leader Academy journey. It is a Heart Leader journey. And you're going to be generating abundance for your next investment in your team or your marketing or your self-care or your personal development, your travel. Yeah. All right. I love it. This group is here for it. It's here for it. So let's rub our hands together. Let's close our eyes. And are you willing to just let go of how it's been up until now and have a new experience? Just ask yourself that question. If you're willing to truly let this session today take you to a new place and open up possibility and opportunity and impact for yourself. Yes, I love it. Amazing. Okay, so here's how it's going to go. I'm going to guide us through. I'm just pulling up my notes so I have them right where I want them. And I'm just going to guide us through this process. You will want something to write on and write with. It can be a physical notebook. It can be a screen. It can be your notes file on your phone. But do have something. This is interactive. It's not lecture style. We're going to be doing these prompts together. Okay, awesome. So what do I want to say about this? Yes, I think that's all I need to say about it. And know that those of you who are in Thought Leader Academy, we're going to spend the entire second quarter pretty much, as well as moving our books forward and working on our speaking, all the things that we always do. We're going to be in an immersion of the next level abundance accelerator. So those of you that have done our abundance accelerators before know how awesome those are. And we're going to be doing a whole quarter where this is like an underlying current of abundance that we get to generate and put into action. So be excited about that. All right. All right. So a study came out a number of years ago that said that this was women in particular, but it was also true for people who are in creative fields. Okay, so that's all of you, visionaries, creatives, however you do or do not identify in terms of gender, said that creatives, were just going to say, focus on cost versus opportunity. Okay, so I want us to think about that for a minute and see if you feel like that's true. Like, does your mind automatically go to, oh, what's this going to cost me? How much is it going to cost? I have to spend this money. We use words like spend. We use terms like profit and loss. In our company, we have banned P&L from our vocabulary, including with our financial team. It is P&I. We make profits and we make investments. If we spend, which is also a word I'm not using at the moment, I circulate. Okay, so I circulate money and I invest and profit. Those are the only options in our company. Now, you might think that's, la la land, or you might think it's weird. I'm not in denial. I know exactly what's going on with our numbers. I know exactly what all of our, profitability margins. I'm super into doing numbers and I'm very clear and specific. But what I'm not going to do is create contractions in myself and my energy, which is what I feel when I look at things like a loss statement or spending money. And I feel much better when I say, ooh, I'm circulating, whether I'm investing or receiving, money is circulating. I feel excited to look at, ooh, what we've invested in this year instead of what we spent. And it has really changed the vibration of our financial meetings, how I feel when I'm paying and, circulating invoices, because I invest in a lot. We have a multi-seven-figure company. So we're circulating a lot with team and systems and all the things. Yeah. And so I'm offering that to you because maybe that opens up something different for you. Maybe it changes your energy around things to think about that you're circulating and you're either investing or you're profiting. Okay. There's that song, all we do is win, win, win. You know that song, right? All we do is win when we're in that energy. But there's a lot of conditioning on this planet about loss and lack and scarcity and not enough and restriction and the economy and loss. I mean, think about it. It is built into the way we run financial statements in our world to say loss. Does it need to be? No. Our financial team just laughs and now they have all their clients doing it. Everyone's switched over. I mean, yeah, when I apply for my house, they want a P&L, we will change the word for them. If I have to get, like getting a mortgage or a car or something. Yeah. Welcome the circulation to come back. If we're circulating money, we're not losing it. It's not being depleted. We're circulating. So who likes this? Yeah, what if you've circulated too much and it hasn't come back yet, Heather? Then that's the work of looking at our receiving side of things. Are there any subconscious blocks? Do we not feel worthy? Do we feel like we're focusing on traumas? Are we beating the drum of not enough all the time so that the money can't come back? If you have been doing any of these things, please know you're not alone. I did these things for the most of the decades of my life. And guess what? I was struggling. I was broke. I was challenged. I felt shame. I felt frustrated. My insides of what I was giving to the world didn't match my finances. And so I love that you brought that up. I love that you brought that up, Heather. If it hasn't come back, then maybe today is going to be the new day, first day in the rest of your life where now it's easy and fun to receive money. Money comes to you quickly and easily. That's going to sound like complete bullshit to any of us that have had a very different experience. But let's change it. Who's willing to let this be a new start? We've talked about flag in the ground in terms of your thought leadership. Today, it's a flag in the ground. I am going to ask you all today, those of you in Thought Leader Academy who are going to join us this week in Thought Leader Academy, this is what we're going to do this spring. We're going to take a vow of abundance. We're going to actually take a vow of abundance because unknowingly, many of us have taken a vow of poverty. And my father was in the seminary to become a Catholic priest. Obviously, he did not follow through because I'm here, right? So he did not take that path all the way, but he took a vow of poverty. That is how explicit it is in my genetic makeup and my family line. Took a actual vow of poverty. Now, a lot of times we take metaphorical vows of poverty. I'm not allowed to be successful. We have survivor guilt. No one in my family can do this, or everyone else in my family, in my case, can do it, but not me because I'm the piece of crap. Who knows? Maybe you've had traumas. I thought I couldn't make money because I'd been raped as a child and that made me broken, right? I had crazy, crazy, crazy things that blocked me. And I'll tell you right now that there is a powerful connection between trauma and earning. You can see if that's true for you, but I'm studying it now with some other thought leaders, and we're actually documenting and doing database research, trauma and earning. So if there's traumas like me, where you had some stuff go down when you were a kid that, kind of created some really wonky stories about yourself and your worth and what you can have and what you're allowed to be and do. And it doesn't have to be a big trauma. Like that can just be, your sibling was the chosen one and you weren't. So now you've been playing that story out. My mom told me all the time, you're not good with money. And so then I proved her right. Like 20 freaking years. I didn't have to take it on, but I did. So is anyone resonating with this? Anyone feeling like past lives, ancestry, your own childhood, your own young adulthood, your last year, you had a financial trauma and now you're freaked out. My coach calls it playing injured. So we're not taking risks and we're not willing to put ourselves out there because, we tried something and it hurt and it failed or it didn't work yet, or there was a huge financial, like Heather said, I put it out, it hasn't come back. Yes. So this isn't the normal thing you're going to talk about in a coaching prosperity. Be like, go do this. Here's some strategy. We're gonna generate some action steps here in a minute. But this stuff is important. This stuff will kick your ass if it's not dealt with and brought into the light. Yes. It can come from every which way. And I'm grateful that we're here together and we're not alone. If any of this has been going on unconsciously, consciously, internally, externally, then you get to have a breakthrough. You get to have a breakthrough. And we built this into a book coaching program. Why are we talking about money? Because you deserve to prosper in the work you came here to do. You deserve to have money to share with the people that you care about. You deserve to take care of yourself. You deserve to live without constant stress and pressure and burning out your adrenals over financial stress. You deserve that. I want it for you. I'm excited to continue the journey over these next 3 months. Those of you in Taylor, we're going to be doing really big work around this. Okay. So here's how we're going to play the game today. All right. Here's how we're going to generate a new experience today. I want everybody to either put your hands on your heart, your belly, your hips, just kind of feel guided. intuitively of how a part of yourself to come fully into this moment and into your body. And I'm just setting the intention that everyone here today has a breakthrough. You shatter that next glass ceiling. You do it for yourself, but you do it for everyone in your ancestry before and back, future generations, this people on the planet at this time. When you smash your glass ceiling, you give other people permission to do the same. Yeah. It's a really good job, everybody. Okay. So we're just coming into ourselves, coming into this moment. And I want you to ask yourself, what is the amount of money that you are calling in, that you are saying yes to generating? Let's just do it for this week. Okay, those of you who are going to join Thought Leader Academy, it's your $1,000 deposit. Those of you that are making another kind of investment or you're circulating your money in another way, call to mind a number that will feel very empowering and exciting for you to create this week. And there's a little money sign in the chat when you have a number. Okay. And I advise you to just check in. I don't do SMART goals here. It has to go through like 95 criteria, but I do want to offer you, like, have it be a stretch, have it be exciting, but also just check in that you're not doing the I'm losing 50 pounds in a week situation, right? Like the people are like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in one weekend. It's like, that would be really unhealthy and terrible for your body. Like it's the same with, it's like, we've got to like give ourselves, grace as we build it up. So something that would be exciting and empowering, something you probably wouldn't have done if you weren't here today, but still within like, okay, I've got 7 days and I'm where I am in mindset and skill. Okay, so good. A lot of you have a number. Okay, so you can adjust your number if you need to. Okay, now we can't create, how many of you put a number that's more than you normally would do? Okay, put me if you chose something that's like kind of an exciting stretch for you. Like it's going to be different than what you create. I'm going to play this with you this week. And yes, mine is definitely, it's like, it's certainly possible, but it's not like just every single week is that. Okay, good. That's a good thing. That's how we want to play this, right? We are opening. And we will not likely create that amount of money if it's a stretch from the same consciousness. And if you are open to the quantum explanation of things, vibration, the same energy as, like, if you're doing something bigger than you normally do, it's going to require a bigger mindset. It's going to require bigger action, potentially. It's going to require playing a bigger game inside and outside. Does that all make sense to us? It's like Einstein, you can't solve the problem at the level of the problem. So if what you've currently been creating has gotten you X, you can, if you're like Audrey and I, as a financial expert, and you want to geek out on this, you can just take the first, 10 weeks of the year and average out how much income you've brought in, how much abundance you've brought in, and get an average for your week. And you can kind of see, this is what my consciousness has created up until now. If you like to be a little numbers nerd with me, I'm a word nerd and I'm a numbers nerd now too. Okay. It's actually fun now. Used to be horrible. I hated dealing with money. Now it's fun. Okay. So you can see that. But anyway, what we know right now for our purposes today is that you have said yes to making it a stretch, which is great, because why bother being here otherwise, right? I want to help you smash a ceiling this week. And then we have to understand, and we get to, and I know you guys are agreeing with this, that the same you that created a different number isn't going to be the person that creates this. So are we willing to walk in a new identity this week? It's actually the true identity. Okay, so we're going to explore internally and externally what we're going to do to create that number. Okay, so some of you that were in the VIP session, like Abraham and Corinne, they're already ahead of the game, because we already activated some action steps and a plan, right? And that's in motion, which is really exciting. So the rest of you are going to get to kind of jump in on that game. Audrey, you put in a little lower than last month, which was your best month. Yeah. So sometimes, like Audrey, the number I picked for this week, I have hit it before, but it's not my every single week, no matter what thing. And so that's still a stretch for us. So that's great. Okay. So how do we, in our current state, up level, rise, activate into a higher state of abundance, consciousness, and energy to create a new number. Okay. You will decide for yourself what you want to do. Some of you might already know. And I'm going to give you some prompts right now, and you're going to see which one or more of these you want to do for your inner rise. Okay. We've got to rise inside to that higher abundance consciousness. And then we're going to take action from the identity of someone who is at this versus like, no big deal. And then we will create the result, right? Identity drives behavior. So just for fun, give an identity label to how you've been with abundance up until now in 2024. Okay? We're not being mean to ourselves, but like if it's been like scarcity city, or it's been, you can give a fun name, like just be creative, like what what's it been like up until now, even just this year, what has it felt like? If it's contraction junction, you've just felt nervous and anxious about money, like let's just get clear on our current location, and then we're going to move towards desired destination. Okay, so current location, what has it felt like? Desperation, desperado, absolutely blocked, Andrew. Yeah, let's just be honest. We can't change anything until we admit it. The money downer, Claire's been in money downtown, money downer downtown, investigator, searcher, Janet, roller coaster revenue, Paul has been up and down. Great. Aren't these kind of fun? Can we laugh a little and just be like, hey, like, I'm not judging this. It's just like, this is what it's been like for me. Okay. Yeah. Struggling searcher, logical analyst. Abraham's been in a very logical place. Maybe Abraham's going to blow up into his spiritual sort of biblical abundance, the gates of heaven opening instead of needing to be relying on logic, right? That's what I'm intuitively getting for you, Abraham. Okay, amazing. Mountain climber looking for the next peak, Jade. I love it. You're rising. You're going to keep rising. Slave instead of spiritual, feast or famine female, Paula. Terry, exciting. Terrified and excited, Bob. I love it. Okay, great job. You guys are doing amazing. All right. Now, if we can name one thing and just see it like a location, we're going to now claim where you're going. So, conflicting chaos created whatever it created for Lisa Michelle. Brenna, stability spaz, has created whatever it's created for Brenna so far. I love these, by the way. Can we give each other some love for being so creative and awesome, right? There's no judgment here. There's no shame in any of this. It's just like, here's what it's been like. And now we're going to change it because everything is revisable. Identity, beliefs, actions, results, all of it's revisable. All right. So now the question is, where are you going? If you've been in Oklahoma and you're not enjoying Oklahoma and you want to go to California, then you put something different in the GPS, right? So what are you putting? Barbara is going to be flowing on the abundance river. Money Mountain, Karen. I love this. Rockin' revenue generator, Dottie. Abundance overload, Brenna. Yeah. I love that. Look at how great these are. Wealth Week. We got all this alliteration going on because we got writers in the room. Yeah, it's Wealth Week. Overflowing surplus. If you really want to make yourself laugh, listen to Amanda Francis on Spotify, her podcast, or you can get her book, Rich AF. And she just swears up a storm while doing abundance affirmations. It is hysterically funny. I mean, unless you don't like swearing, then 100% avoid her at all costs. But she's like, this is your week to have shit tons of money miracles. She'll just let it rip. And I find it hilarious and fun. Money magnet, pathway possibilities, Andrea. Ooh, Bob's taking his wife to Nantucket. Yes, lobster time. I love it, Bob. That is fantastic. Enjoy. Delicious. That's very abundant. Yes. Travel the USA. Janet's calling in travel. Jan, unpredictable, knowing the gold rush. Ooh, you could even have that be this is gold rush week, right? Does anyone like their new destination more than what they have been, where they've been hanging out? Are you excited to switch neighborhoods or cities or states or countries? Yes. Yes. I was fluent in lack and limitation and unworthiness. I was so good at it. I was a master of it. And it sucked, but I was really good. So it felt very familiar. So we're going to kick that glass ceiling down. All right, Money Mountain. Yeah, you're going to Money Mountain, Karen. I think a few people are coming with you. Okay, So we're being a little silly because we gotta get out of our calcified thinking, right? We got to be a little silly. We got to mix it up a little bit more. Yeah, master wealth creator, Marsha. Yes, beautiful. Okay, now start just imagine if you want to close your eyes and imagine yourself traveling. You have left behind where you've been living, okay? And you are now moving swiftly and immediately to your new location. Your home here has been prepared. Your new home of abundance has been prepared for you. It's ready for you. Okay. And it's from this new location, this new identity. I now live on Money Mountain. I now live in the River of Abundance. I now live in Overflow. I live in Gold Rush. Okay. So we're going to stay there. And if you find yourself turning your car around and going back to where you were, you just take a deep breath and you say, nope. And you're going to say your magic words. The magic words are Money Mountain or Gold Rush, Pathway Possibility, Abundance Cloud. Okay, it's going to be like Harry Potter. You're going to be able to apparate there by saying the name of your new location. You got to get yourself to the new location. Christina's on the Abundance Speedway. I love it. Feel that speed. So you get yourself to your new location, and then you're going to do what we're going to do now. Okay, so is everyone willing to not go back to the old residence? Don't live there anymore. Okay, anyone else is welcome to go there if they want to. We hope they don't. But this is where we're going. Okay, so now what you're going to do, is think about someone for whom it would be so easy to manifest the amount of money that you wrote down for this week. Okay, someone you've read about. It could be, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Richard Branson. It could be someone you know. Maybe you have a friend who's just great with money, or you have a mentor or coach who's great with money, or you have a accountability buddy. All right. So think of your number, and I want you to think of someone who it would just be no big thing. No big thing. Like I have a friend who, when she does a talk, she usually does about $1 million. Every time she gives a talk and makes an offer, she generates about $1 million in sales. It's just no big thing to her. She's like, it's Wednesday. It's no big thing. Okay. So if I want to step into that, I'm going to think about, okay, like I'm going to think. So put me when you have someone in mind, someone you can think of that likely it would be just like no big deal at all for that person to generate this abundance this week. Okay, great. If you're not sure, I want you to start following more thought leaders that are prosperous. Okay, so you can get inspired. Okay, great. Now, in order, we've shifted our location, and then I want you to think about, what does this person believe about themselves that you think allows it to be no big deal? Okay, so my friend who gets on a stage and sells $1 million like any old time, my guess, I'm just going to guess, right? My guess is that she believes she's really, really good at selling from the stage, that people really value what she's offering, and that her work is really needed right now. Okay. I think that she probably believes those things, right? So I want you to think about, what does the person you chose likely believe that makes it like just absolutely nothing at all for them to generate that financial abundance? Just take a moment and think about what that might be. Just journal it or meditate for about 1 minute. Okay, if you wrote a few things that your person probably believes, pick your favorite one, the one you wish that you believed about yourself. And then my ask to you is, are you willing to write it up somewhere in your space on a Post-it or a note card, or put a alarm on your phone that sends you that message once a day in the I statement? Are you willing to just try this on this week? You don't have to believe it's true, but are you willing to just run it through your nervous system? Are you willing to repeat it to yourself? Are you willing to say, instead of thinking, oh, this person thinks that her work is really important, my work is really important. Okay. And if you want to write in the chat or the comments, those of you watching on social, if you want to put that in the chat and claim this for yourself, please feel free to do so. We would love to witness you. What are you going to take on? This is a technique, a brain science technique called resourcing. Okay. Sometimes what messes us up is we think, well, I've never done it before. Who cares? There's one unified field. We are all connected. So, Latrina, I love that. I'm fearless. Beautiful. I trust Claire. Beautiful. And when you've put yours in the chat, or if you want to keep it private, of course, that's fine. Just start to feel it in your body. Start to take it into your cells. You don't have to force yourself to believe this is true. You're inviting it in. Saying, show me that this is true for me. Yeah, Andrea, when I reach out and share myself, people respond and desire my service. I'm bold in sharing my story to help other women. Janet, Sabrina, I'm disciplined. Brenna, I'm only getting my own way and can change the outcome and impact. Yes, I'm an awesome and instantaneous manifester, Marsha. Ooh, Lisa Michelle, I'm influential. Yes, referral partners are excited to partner with me, Jen. Jan, God is showing me what I have to say and what people need to hear. Yes, 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 yes. And if you see someone's in the chat, the reason I asked those of you on social, if you see it in the comments, you could claim, if you saw an affirmation you need in this, claim it. Right? That's why we're doing this together. The answer is in the room. Yeah, no more timid spirit. I belong in the room. Yes, Latrina. Yes, you do. I'm confident I will close the gap for them, Abraham. Yes, you will. Yes, these are beautiful. Dottie, my offer provides 10 times the value of cost. Yes, I deserve. I am succeeding, Eloise. Yes, you are. And start to feel, how does it feel if it were true? All I want you to do this week is pretend it's true. Are you willing to walk around all day, even if you feel completely nuts, and just say, I'm going to pretend that this is true about me. I'm going to pretend that I believe I'm disciplined. I'm going to pretend I believe I'm worthy. I'm going to pretend I believe that it's easy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm making a huge impact on the women I'm coaching, Christina. Yes, you are. Beautiful. These are so good. Can you just even feel reading this? How great it is. Just reading this list feels so good. Okay, amazing. So now I'm just getting my other pen. Now what we want to do is ask, I want you to close your eyes or soft gaze forward, just to again get out of our heads. This is not going to come from your head. Okay, we're at a new level of abundance consciousness. To create from that new level, we're not going to get it from our head. We're going to have it download in. We're going to have it be inspired. You can think of it as God, the higher mind, universe, your subconscious, whatever you want to call it. It's going to come from something greater than you, your just logical, rational thinking. And you're just going to start writing for 1 minute on what this person would do this week to generate that money. Okay, what would they do? All right. Now, if you picked someone like Oprah, it's a little different because Oprah just needs to kind of like look over at something and everyone will buy it, right? But that's okay. What would she do? Promote. She'd let people know about it, right? She would need to do that. But if you picked someone kind of closer in, okay, so just see what comes up. You're just exploring, being curious. Wonder what they do. What would they do this week? Okay, let's do that together. Okay, who got at least one thing that this person would probably do this week to generate the amount that you declared at the beginning of this session? Amy got something? Cool. Just put me in the chat and comments if you got something from, okay, amazing. Awesome. Awesome. Now, the question is, are you willing to do a version of that applies to you? Like, so we said, if it's Oprah and she would just tell, she would let people know about it. Well, that's the equivalent of us posting on social media or sending an email or reaching out and letting someone know about something or having a call. Is there a way that you can see that you could apply the strategy of this person who it's no big thing to create this financial abundance to what you do this week? Yeah. See, here's what's awesome. If you think like, which we did, right? If you activate the thinking of someone who's at that next level of financial abundance and you activate the actions of someone at that next level of abundance, you will have the result of being at that next level of abundance. It just has to happen. And I've told this story in the Science of Getting Rich for Women. I've told this story in talks that I've given about my client who's working on her book and then told me this whole story of how she was just giving up on ever trying to change her body. She had weight to release and she just couldn't. She tried every kind of possible thing ever and ever and ever. And all this came down to she realized like what she really wanted to be fit and healthy. Like that's what her goal was. It wasn't a number. It was, she was like, I want to be fit and healthy and feel good. And so she started just asking every day, well, what does the fit, healthy person do? And she's like, it won't work. It won't work. It won't work because, but she would say at 4 o'clock when she was about to like eat a supersized bag of whatever, she'd say, what does the fit, healthy person do? She said, well, she doesn't eat this. Like at 4 p.m. She probably moves and she probably has a different kind of snack. And it's probably protein based and it's probably a normal portion, not a supersized family size. Look, I'm saying this is someone who's eaten family size of everything and I've gone there, done it all. Okay. So what happened is the weight started coming off without trying because she wasn't doing a different kind of routine. She was saying, she was working from an identity of the fit, healthy person. And it was this great shock to her. Now it's been years and it stayed off. But the point is that what we get to ask ourselves this week is, what does the Karen woman living on Money Mountain, what does the, river of abundance, when the person that lives here and thinks like, and substitute in what your person thinks, they think they're worthy, they think they're capable, they think the world needs what they have to say. What do? And you start doing it. This woman was convinced that even though she changed her movement and even though she changed her food, nothing could ever change in her body. And yet it did, because she worked from identity. Okay. So what I want, like Bob said, if someone else can do it, I can do it. Now, if you have junk like me, you'll be like, well, everyone else can do it, but you can't, because again, I had all my reasons. So I want, Jill, if you're able to get everyone a link, I want to give you all the whole book of The Science of Getting Rich for Women. It is not just for women. It just was part of the Women's Economic Comeback. And I will give you guys the PDF completely free as my gift, because I want all your abundance going to, what you're investing in next, what you're claiming here. And so we will give that to you so that you can have even more tools and inspiration and everything this week. That is our gift. Okay. When that's ready, it's in master links, Jill, on the Slack channel, if you need to find it easily. Okay. So we're going to gift that to you all. And that'll give you loads and loads and loads of other ideas, right? Of other things to take. But I want everyone to leave with at least one action a day. Okay. I want at least one action. Paula, you just bought yours yesterday. Well, you'll have an extra version if you need to read it on your phone instead of holding the book, right? Okay. Amazing. So here's what I want us to do. I want you to think of at least 5 actions you're going to take that you would never have taken otherwise to generate this amount of money, but you're not going to think how you used to think. You're going to go to the Abundance River or Money Mountain, or what was Christina's, the Abundance Speedway. And you're going to think about someone who would be easy for, and what would they do? and you've already each got, it sounded like at least one action. So I want you to get to 5. Okay. That's our next segment. Right now, we're going to go to 5 things, and then the book link is in the chat for you guys. Okay. Five actions Monday through Friday that you are going to take, that you can take to generate the amount of money that you claimed. If you're not sure, just get as many as you can. And then I'm going to give you some prompts to generate even more ideas. Okay. And Jill, if we're able to put on some flutes just to soothe and bring in that creative flow, only if it's easy to turn that on from where you are. Thank you. Now you can move on from the person you chose, and you can just think of what's anything that you're good at that people pay money for. It doesn't have to be your main business. It doesn't have to be your big vision. If you were just like, I had to by the end of the week, what could you offer to people? Just think about what comes through with that prompt. Okay, and just see if anything comes through new in this one. If someone told you that they will give you $1 million if you make this money that you've set out, you hit your goal this week, They will add $1 million to it. What would you do to make sure that you hit that goal? Okay, now let's use that prompt and see what comes up. You're going to get given $1 million for hitting this goal. What do you do? Okay, just take about 30 seconds. You've got some of you are already putting awesome things in the chat. Jen's going to do just literally just dial 100 people. Talk to 100 referral partners, potential referral partners. Love that, Jen. Yeah, Amy's feeling the expansion and clarity. Whether you are or aren't, you will. You just get to stick with this, okay? You get to stick with it. Move out of scarcity and into the land of abundance. You're going to think of people that already live here, and this is easy and natural for them. You're going to download one action step at a time and take it. And just like the woman who changed what she ate and how she moved, the physical result must follow. In this case, your financial abundance must increase because you are thinking and doing from the place of abundance. You will create an abundant result. Okay, so come on back to the main room. Give yourself a stretch. Okay, who has 5 action steps? Okay, I haven't asked if you're willing to do them. You just can think of 5 things on this list. You just give a 5 in the chat. If there's, it's like I've got from now. If you don't, sometimes I can't come up with this stuff on the spot, like on a live training like this. So you're going to listen to the replay. You're going to have the book. And you can just take your time and meditate on it or take a walk or, really download. Sometimes I have to go like right now. I feel like I'm going to need to just go a little deeper and have some more quiet time. That's okay. If that's what came up for you, you've got a process now. You're going to remind yourself to leave scarcity land and go to Money Mountain. Okay. With Karen. You're going to think about how do people think? What do they do? This is easy for, and then think and act in alignment with that. I love it. Amy now's on the hook. Yeah, you make it accountable. Okay. So who is willing to take these 5 actions or more? Who is willing to play this week all out? Whether you think it'll work or not, whether it's worked in the past or not, whether you think you're worthy or not, whether you think this is all stupid or not, you're just going to do it anyway. Who's willing to just do it anyway to open up your channel of abundance? Awesome. I love this. Look at all the abundance we're going to create this week. I'm so excited. And then here's what's awesome. You will, no matter what happens, if the actions you take result in something or not, you will have activated what I call processional effect. And it is real. And I track it in my business. And those of you in Thought Leader Academy, you will be tracking it this spring as we go through all the different abundance trainings and the abundance accelerator that's coming up. And you will be able to see the processional effect means that every action you take towards your success, towards your vision, will result in abundance that comes back to you. It may not be linear at all. There's times that I have said, I'm going to focus on paid speaking. I'm going to focus on, I'm pitching, nothing. And then out of the blue, someone refers someone from 2 years ago says, oh my gosh, I have another book idea. Do you have space? Someone invites me to speak in their mastermind and people decide to join Thought Leader Academy, whatever it is, right? So the processional effect, And why I love it is that we don't have to get hung up on this action producing some result and get all clenchy. Action versus outcome. That's what we're focusing on this week. We are thinking like the person who this is easy for. We are living in the land of abundance, and we are taking action that people who are abundant take. And it will change your result for the better. It will. I don't know if it'll change it in 5 days. It might change it in 1 day. I have no doubt that next week, when we get back together in the Thought Leader Lounge, that some of you will have already manifested the whole amount or a lot towards it, right? We called in money miracles for every single one of you today. Okay. So I want to talk about a couple ways to make this real so that you don't just get off the session and go like, yeah, whatever, and nothing changes, right? I want you to hit your goal this week. I want you to hit your goal this week. But it won't happen if we immediately talk ourselves out. Oh, that's fine for Sarah, or that'll happen for other people, or Claire can do it, but I can't, right? That's Scarcityville. That's old thinking. We're not doing that anymore. Okay. So you're going to have the book. You're going to have the Science of Getting Rich for Women to help inspire you all week long. If that resonates with you, you'll have the replay from this. Okay. Those of you that asked at the beginning, if you can still get access to the boot camp from last week, because you want to talk about, monetizing your mission through a best-selling book, here's what we're going to do. You need to private message Jill in the chat and say boot camp. All right. And then we will get you the boot camp, and you also can have a strategy session. This is all the gifts you're getting today. Okay. So can everyone go like this and open yourself to receive? Okay. You will receive the boot camp. You will receive the Science of Getting Rich book. You will receive a strategy session that people pay $500 to Marietta to do with them. Okay. So message Jill. You have to message her in the chat. Go down and find Jill in the chat and say boot camp. And if you have a problem doing that, then just put it in the main chat. Okay. And then we will get you all those things. And I'm also going to give you guys, okay, if you go to Science of Getting Rich for Women.com, if you go here for free, you can also get all of my favorite abundance hypnosis, demos, playlist. You can get all these things so that when you're going to bed at night, I want you in an abundance immersion. Lynn's like, what the hell is going on? So Lynn, this is a bonus session from the boot camp we ran last week. So we'll get that to you, and then our team will reach out. We just need to make sure we have to have your email. So if we don't have your email yet, we've got to make sure we have your email. Okay. So Jill, you need to message Jill with your email so she can get you all the things. Poor Lynn's like, I'm coming in on day 7. What's happening? I totally understand. Okay. So who is willing to play the game you believe you can and you will generate this additional abundance this week? Because we're doing it together, because we're doing it from a new mindset. Remember, the abundance consciousness that created what you've had up until now is not the consciousness that's going to get you this new number. It just won't. It's nothing bad about us. It's just we weren't there. Otherwise, we would have created it already. It's like Paula had the roller coaster. Now she's just going to have a summit. She's going to be on the mountaintop. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Lynn, if it's confusing, just put your email in the chat, unless you want it to be private. You'll have to go down and just message, or maybe you can, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Who is going to take an action before you go to bed tonight? Who's going to take your first action or more on that list so that it is activated now? Okay. Remember, you guys all have until Thursday. Those of you that are going to join us in Thought Leader Academy, you can watch the bootcamp replays if you weren't here last week. Those of you that were here, you have until Thursday to have the special bonuses, the special rate. You'll be saving many thousands of dollars because of all the bonuses and the special rate. And you have until Thursday at 5 Eastern to be able to join us in Thought Leader Academy. It's just your deposit. Okay. So you can talk to Marietta one-on-one and see, if you want some help and support around that. And we're really, really excited to go into a whole season of abundance that becomes a lifetime of abundance. Okay. If you want to put your action you're taking today to kick it off in the chat, just so that you're witnessed and you have accountability here, then go ahead and do that. Okay. Before we close, you don't have to, but if that feels empowering to you, like already, who is it? Jen's going to do her 100 outreaches, which I love. And then we are going to be on the Thought Leader Lounge next week. I'm going to be asking everybody how it went. Okay. We'll be back together next week at this time. All right. So Latrina's going to take action and market her book. Awesome. Janet's taking action today. Marsha's doing it right after this call. And your action can be talking to Marietta and having a strategy session. Those of you that are, thinking about joining Thought Leader Academy. Andrea's going to set up your Zoom account. Yes. So good. Okay. So let's seal this in. Let's seal this in. Let's rub our hands together, activating the right and left hemispheres of the brain. And I'm just setting an intention that by showing up here today, whether it's your first time ever training with us, or you've been in the whole boot camp, or you're already in Thought Leader Academy, that you are at the moment that life has put together for your breakthrough. And so I just recognize that abundance is the only reality, the only truth. It's the only thing that's real. And I'm one with it, and each of you are one with it. And that you have a shattering of any inner glass ceiling from any lifetime, any ancestral, any trauma, anything is dissolved, uncreated, and destoried. It has no power over you anymore. And you are free to take action and think anew and receive a level of abundance that is just unsurpassed in your experience before. I claim the goal you have set is supported, that what you are seeking is seeking you, that the answer is in the room, and that you have a breakthrough this week, that you experience a money miracle, that you are open to receive. Let's all just open our arms and our hearts and say, I'm open to receive. I am open to receive abundance. I'm going to go for it with everything I've got, because when I succeed, I give others permission to do the same. Right? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right, Jill, if you can just give us a little more Eddie Money, Take Me Home Tonight. We're playing it because his last name is Money and we're generating money. Eloise, the Thought Leader Lounge next Monday is for all of us. We're going to have a 30-minute check-in, and everything else then, yes, part of Thought Leader Academy. So you can watch the rest of the boot camp, meet with Marietta to see if that's a good fit for you. And we have spots open through this Thursday. Okay. Awesome. This is so exciting. All right. We're just going to have a verse of Take Me Home Tonight. This is money talking to you. Take me home tonight. Open yourself up. All right. Let's do this. Oh, look. Yes. Look at Bob. Bob's got his hundreds. He's got his Benjamins. Yeah, Bob. Love it. All right. We're not just creating money out of money. We're circulating love and care and contribution. You deserve it. Right? Use the book, use the portal, use the boot camp. We're just going to be able to hit the beginning. So I have a meeting at the top of the hour. So we're going to hit the beginning of the chorus. Ready? Here we go. Are we ready? Okay. New identity. That's what we're living in this week. Land of abundance. See you guys soon.